gosh, I left Westwood on here with me to tell everybody hi and
I don't know why.
grab something red. It's because it's happy hour and there's a big storm off the East Coast. I hope everybody's staying safe. Remember, everyone deployed. We may see some deployments. There may already be on the ground. Heard there's some people in some parking lots in Jersey, and rain is coming down. So grab something to drink. We'll see you guys right after this. Oh my. How's it going, Westwood?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Not too bad. Doing
No.
good there in the middle of the country.
Oh
Just
yeah, I had to go to
chilling out.
town today. I had to rush around and do some things. So
Hmm.
3,600 people that gets to me.
It was just jam packed. The roads were jam
I'm telling
packed.
you that one stoplight is really irritating.
Yes.
Didn't used to be there.
Changes every once in a while. Yeah. Every once in a while it changes. Well, I hope everybody has something red and cold to drink because the storm is upon us. There's a bunch of comms going around today. We've got 9/11 on Monday,
Yes.
and there is the largest storm the East Coast has ever seen, forming hurricane style off the East Coast. Three
Hurricane
giant
Charlie Lee
cells.
coming at you.
Hurricane Charlie Lee coming at you. Oh
Yeah,
man, I hope everybody's safe on the
I
East
saw that
Coast. I've been
meme.
sending people messages to be safe. Johnny sent us a video, and he said, Lisa, there was nothing on the weather app. There was no sign of storms, and all of a sudden, it is just torrential rain and flooding pouring down all around him. He like almost flooded his car out. Um, just insane.
Yeah, he's in Jersey. That's an insurance scam. Yeah, flooding the car out.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding.
It was crazy. And he also said that there were these trucks, like 5 trucks, parked in a parking lot that said, what did they say? Something strange. Um, like medical emergency response kitchen.
Well, they
Like
were
they're wait.
probably already in place, just like they were in Maui. They're ready to go. They've got everything ready before the storm hits
Well, that's what I
because they
wondered if they
they
were
know it's
waiting
coming.
in Jersey to go into the city, go into New York.
Ugh. Like into the frying pan, out of the fire. Is that how it works? Ugh.
Yeah,
Who knows? I mean, that thing's a monster out there. Who knows what's going to do?
it
I mean, all
is.
the forecast models are, spaghetti models. They go here and there. New York could get hit. I mean, like you're talking about,
That's what it
very well
looks like.
could shoot up and
It
do that.
looks like
Things
at
are
midnight
huge right now out there in the Atlantic.
in the ocean. Yeah. Yeah. And it looks like it's going to like kind of gin up uh, overnight, which can be the most dangerous because people are asleep, they're not paying attention, that kind of stuff. And yeah, mom weaponized. You're absolutely right. We've seen how that has all been exposed now that can be weaponized, that the science is there to manipulate the weather. And the good thing is that if there are good guys involved, it can be lessened and lives can be saved. Um, and that would be
Telling you,
my
if
hope.
everybody prays, I've seen it happen. Like I told you, that coast to coast with Art Bell. I mean, they prayed about this hurricane and it steered it. Everybody just puts your mind toward it. The what to do.
I was watching I don't know if it was a documentary or some kind of educational thing, when I was doing some research about Cannon's health condition, and they used to back in like, I don't know if it was turn of the century or what, but the a lot of the hospitals were Christian based hospitals. The
Hmm.
nuns or whatever would be the nurses and all this. And one of the it was like in medical journals or whatever, one of the protocols for this one heart condition was that the nurses would pray for the blood to stop flowing so that the doctor could do surgery on the heart or the valves or whatever. And the blood would stop flowing. And this is in like medical journals around the turn of the century. And then they would do whatever they had to do with the organs. And then they would pray and the blood would start flowing again. So, like, prayer is a super powerful thing.
Oh, come on. That's just too ancient stuff. We can't be talking about that. But we'll go to movies and watch the Avengers do all this stuff, and we'll believe in all the superheroes and they can do all these things. But when it comes to us, you can't do that. Just go pay your taxes and shut up. Wow. FEMA will save you when the time comes, right? Homeland Security's there for a reason. Just not the reason you're thinking.
I believe less in taxes than I do my prayer life. So I think I'll choose that first.
Prayer is more real than the money. Just say that.
That's right. I did want to say thanks to everybody who's bid on our cup so far.
Yeah, where are we at with that?
It's been kind of fun. Yeah. Did you bid on it?
I might have.
You might have.
Might have drunk bid on it.
I went and I just added a link. Again, if you don't see the link, refresh. And I added the direct link to the cup. I think it's at 20. Last night it was still a penny when I went to sleep. But
I stirred the pot this morning when I talked about it in the video, and we got somebody motivated to start bidding on it. And yes,
I appreciate you.
You can't beat Westwood on this auction. I'm just telling you, nobody's gonna beat me on this auction. When's it end? Hurry up, because I might go to the cleaners
in about 20 minutes. Yeah, okay. It ends in about 20 minutes. So it ends at 4:30. It's at 21:51 right now, and it's got the countdown live on it.
Does it show?
Does it say?
Well, you might be able to see it.
It is. Oh, I can see Clint Westwood.
The one and only.
The top bid right now.
That's my cup. That cup belongs in the bar. I'm just making sure
you and Wally have been going at it.
That's what I mean. Got him all fired up.
Oh, how hilarious.
Just got to keep Paulie P out of this, otherwise it'll break me. He'll run it up on me.
I'm going to leave this hidden so you guys can't see it, though. That makes it more fun. Okay. So, yeah, that's too funny. Oh, my glasses are really dirty, too.
You know what you can use to clean that? You can use like dish soap and, clean that off.
Yes, that's right.
Nice and clean.
That's the best thing to clean them.
Some smart lady told me that once.
That's right. What did you bid? 21. Yeah. Oh, Mom's talking to people in the chat. Oh, man. So many things going on.
Let's just say this is how this is going to go, Lisa. All right. So you probably have the text message. When I texted you, like during Spaces last Friday, that I was on till 4 a.m. It wasn't that late.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah, it was ridiculous. So I texted you and I said, hey, what's the link to that auction? And so you sent it to me. So whatever time you sent it, that's when I made my bid. So I started drinking last week at 4 p.m., maybe a little bit before. And by the time I got that link and made my bid, might not have been thinking straight. So, saying Westwood's going to win the cup. I'll just put it that way.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know how that works then.
It'll bid up to the amount you can say, hey, I'm gonna put $1,000 on this cup, and it'll start out at a penny, and then whoever bids, it auto bids ahead of the next person. Well, unless he bids again.
Unless he comes back in.
Yeah, because you can throw whatever bid you want out there, your top bid, because you can't sit around and watch the auction. So you say, okay, this is my top bid, and it'll bid it up all the way to that point until somebody outbids you.
Okay.
So, yeah, you can come in and hit it, and it's like you keep getting outbid because there's an auto bid already in there. There's a ceiling that's like, hey, you got to get to this point before. Yeah.
I love it.
Anyway, yeah, so I made my bid probably. Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It belongs in the bar.
Now we know. Well, and I'm bringing you some other stuff for the bar that I got.
Well, there you go. You save on shipping. I get the free shipping. Well, not really free. It's
yeah.
Expensive shipping.
It's going to be
Actually,
expensive because Biden just turned off even more oil, turned off more drilling, shut down all drilling,
get your gas and
and
diesel and whatever you can get now in
and
a barrel or
Germany
a
did the
can.
same thing. They're going to have a really cold winter. You know, everybody thinks they're going to run around on unicorn farts and butterfly wings or something. I don't know. Lost their minds. Everyone's lost their minds.
See, everybody thought last winter was going to be bad, but okay, what's the deal? We've got the Nord Stream pipeline hasn't been repaired, has it? Nord
Not
Stream?
that I'm aware of.
I don't think so. So that's all that gone. I mean, are they going to have enough capacity if we have a really cold winter in Europe at this point? And God knows what else is going to happen with Ukraine. Elon, turn off the Starlink. Don't let them blow anything up over there, please. Don't let them have any knowledge because they're going to rig the game. They're going to blow up pipelines. They're going to do all kinds of crazy things. So who knows what's
Elon
going to
has
happen.
been so pivotal in the last couple days. I mean, you know, he's obviously been significant, but like, so then the US sent him a request to, what was this latest thing? Did you see this
I
today?
think they wanted him to leave on or turn on the Starlink stuff. Is that the one we're talking about?
Yes, yes.
So that forces in Ukraine could, they'd have all the operations and be able to communicate and have all their functionality of their equipment so that they could get all the way to the border, wherever the Russian Navy had vessels parked, in the water there, probably in the Black Sea. And,
Yes.
so that they could move in and then boom, basically take them out Pearl Harbor style. Well, Elon's like, I'm not going to be responsible for starting World War III. You take out all those ships, and that way, then you're probably going to get a freaking nuclear missile shot at you. So I'm not playing part of that. So he shut off the Starlink, so the satellites up there for their internet and communications, which is his. It's his company. It's not like the government owns this. No, he can say, I'm not participating. Well, that's arguably
But he does have government or military contracts though, right?
So, yeah, but you got to think, where are the contracts through? Because there's good guys, bad guys, there's agencies, and there's all these things. Who's given the order to say, hey, we need these on because we're going to do this? And then where's the contract through? So it's a big murky, who knows what at this point. Fact is, he can turn them off if he wants to. Okay, good to know. I mean, pretty powerful. Think about that. You got a corporate private entity, a person who can wield that kind of control over technology, and then he owns Twitter or X, I'm sorry. And that's a lot of power in the wrong hands. Let's hope they're in the right hands. They're saying.
Yeah. Well, and then there's this whole thing about him totally calling out Obama and the gay interview with
Larry Sinclair.
Came out a very long time ago with Larry Sinclair. The comment that Tucker made during the Larry Sinclair interview had me on the floor.
I know what it was.
I could hardly. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
That one was hard to swallow. How about that was hard to swallow?
Okay, that was another one then. He had so many zingers. He said, I bet that left a bad taste in your mouth.
That's what it was. See, I was wrong. So
oh my gosh.
It was the same thing.
Believe he said,
and I'm like,
said that.
We're talking.
I bet that left a bad taste in your mouth. And
I know. And Larry Sinclair went with it. It's not like they didn't stop and laugh or anything. They're just like straight faced.
No.
How can you say that
and
given the context?
Nobody made a meme of it. Nobody made a meme of it. I didn't see a single meme of it. I didn't see anybody call it out. I was like, come on, folks.
That was the bombshell right there.
Is funny. That is funny.
That was perfect.
That's funny.
Very appropriate. Great timing, Tucker.
Sorry. That is like the ultimate boy joke of this whole thing has been penis
ultimate
jokes
locker room
and fart jokes and locker room jokes. That one was the zinger.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. Lord.
Yeah.
So
shows up to the hotel the next day and what is going on? Who is this guy? This Obama Sotoro guy.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
And he said, what name did you call him? And he goes, Bear. And Tucker said, Barry. And Larry said, no, Barack.
was Barack. That's how he
And so
was introduced.
Tucker is calling out that his name is not really
Exactly.
Barack, that he's calling out the Barry whatever, the
Barry,
fake Obama
Barry
thing.
Sotero,
And
Sotero,
and
Sotero.
and nobody's talking about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
hello, knock
Not
knock.
mainstream news. I don't know if anybody watches it. I mean, I watch it a little bit just to kind of see what their spin is on all this. They're not going to talk about this thing. They're not going to say one word about this whole thing. They're just going to, didn't happen. 30 million views, 40 million views, whatever it is. I don't know anything about it. Never heard of it.
Enough people watched it already. We don't have to talk about it.
Yeah, that's right. You guys are good.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
What is this part though? I did not know this part. Who's this Jack Ryan Paris Sex Club thing?
All right. Jack Ryan was running
That part of
for
the
Senate in Illinois. He was going to be the senator for Illinois, I think, before Obama. He was trying to get on the ticket. I think he was a Republican, and he got knocked out of the race. Yeah, I think he was a Republican. Got knocked. He was married to an actress, Jerry Ryan. I mean, if you ever look her up, I mean, you've seen her in films and TV shows and stuff. But yeah, he had some money, and that was a big scandal at the time. He was caught in a sex club, doing all this stuff, and then so he kind of bowed out. That's when it was not okay to do that stuff. Now, you can do whatever you want, no big deal. Whatever gender or whatever animal you want to participate with, it's all fine. Just be a good Democrat. All right, but no, and Republicans too. I mean, they just don't. They're not out about it.
Say that
Lindsey Graham. So you've got this Jack Ryan who was running for the ticket, and he got knocked out. And so Obama, is kind of his shoe-in path to become senator for Illinois. Alan Keyes ended up coming in, a black guy, to kind of counter the other, the black Obama. Comes in, he was a conservative, came in and ran against him, but Obama just cleaned house because the whole thing's rigged. We know that. I'm sorry. Rigged like a ship, rigging. But you've got the whole machine was behind Obama. He was this fundraiser or whatever you want to call it. Political action. What do they call it? Name? Basically go out and get the votes. And
lobbyist.
Well, like a guy in the city that like rallies the votes in the different precincts and all the wards and all that stuff. And he's like the whip almost. He goes out there and then he gets all the votes together, gets them on buses. Organizer. That's what he is. He was an organizer. So
okay. You guys tell me if my Wi-Fi is not good. If I need to go next door. It sounds like Westwood might be cutting out a little bit. I'm at my friend's house and the Wi-Fi is not great. So let me know if we're having connecting issues.
Is it me? It could be.
Well, I don't think it's you because you're fine usually each week.
Yeah.
But my little
That's what she said.
Thingy came up on the StreamYard like it was struggling a little bit. So
really?
If so, I'll go next door. Yeah. So let me know. Lord. But otherwise, we'll just keep right on going. So
keep on going.
Keep on trucking.
So that whole scam's coming out.
Yeah. This whole scam is coming out. Then this whole ADL thing, they are, I think, treading where they do not want to tread. I was on this thread watching Elon. They are pushing him, saying that they shouldn't be, that they shouldn't allow Trump on because he's because he's anti-Semitic, and that they're saying Elon shouldn't be letting Trump back on because the elections are coming back up, which I don't think there's going to be an election, but whatever. And so Elon's pushing back, saying he wants free speech platform and that he's, doesn't have an issue, and that actually the ADL is the one, they're not some small nonprofit. They are a giant organization. It's absolutely ridiculous. And then somebody posted, now I can't find it, Elon, do that one thing. The butterfly effect is all this takes. Like you could do this one benevolent action and you could expose everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all he has to do. And so it would be really interesting. And then I saw he was posting something about his rockets being ready. The thousands of upgrades to Starship, Launchpad, Mechazilla or something just a few hours ago. Dropped the anti. It's just defamation league. It's much clearer.
Oh,
He said,
it's the always defamation league,
right,
always defaming league.
right.
They're the ones that are anti-speech. I mean, that's all they are. They're just an organization that just, you can't have free speech. You can't say what you want to do. Okay, or want to say.
So I kind of think that's going to be a something. And this was where, and I shared this with my Patreon last night. I tracked down when I was doing some research for Very Dow project, some background stuff for like, just how huge Reggie's patents cover, you know, all this market. And I was looking at Twitter and going back in the history of X and when Elon first bought X and X.com and all that kind of stuff, and how he recently got a money changing or money transfer
Two money transmitter
license.
license. He got one in what? I think Mississippi, and then
Mississippi.
also in a different state before that. I can't
saw
remember
the
which one it was.
Mississippi.
There was
I
one
didn't-
before that too.
Okay.
So I know he has at least two.
Okay. I know the Mississippi one. I don't know the other one. And then, and he's wanting it to be the everything platform and exchange of value, all that kind of stuff. And of course, that allegedly infringes on Reggie's patents. And so I was doing some research on that kind of stuff. And in my research of that, I found this Mars thing. And it's not spelled Mars. And just a few weeks or months ago, a while back, he was tweeting, and I think it was on his birthday. He did like this tweet about Occupy Mars.
Yep.
And I don't remember.
It's that surveillance system. It's the high altitude surveillance system to where they've got all these satellites that can zoom in and pinpoint, basically everything and monitor it in real time. And yeah.
Well, it's not just that. Occupy, or not Occupy, but there's this Mars, which is a military mission analyst readiness resource synchronization, which is about deploying the reserves or the National Guard through the Army, or in conjunction with the Army. Why is this important to the Army? It's a comprehensive reserve component solution for the development and fulfillment of mission requirements. And it's about like knowing their resources for like who's good at what and where they are located, and then to be able to have the roster and synchronization tool for that. So that is another thing I found.
That's a mouthful.
Mars. Yeah. And I've been seeing all these promoted tweets for stand up, and they are the flag about stand up. In fact, we bought a new flagpole because I was like, I don't know. I think we're supposed to say like we are one that would stand up. So we bought a new flagpole for our home and another
you have the
flag.
Civilian flag. You got the civilian peace flag, don't you?
We have a peace flag, and we have a regular American flag.
Yeah.
We're just like, we're
wartime
all in.
Flag.
We're ready. We're ready to
I'm
stand
ready
up.
for peace, ready for war. It doesn't matter. Bring it. Don't
bring it. Yeah, we're ready, and we're ready to stand up. And what was my point of that? And then I'm seeing all this stand up update, stand to update. And then there was this update. Anyway, it's just, we're right there. I could tie more things together with it, but it's just, there's just a lot.
It really is. And it's coming out. I mean, there's so much information coming out that no way, I mean, some of this stuff would have dropped. I mean, you can't have Elon Musk showing dominoes, starting with Jack Ryan and the sex clubs, and then Jack Ryan, that's his name? I think it is. Anyway, not Paul Ryan, but Jack Ryan.
I think it was Jack
Yeah.
Ryan, or
Yeah,
what
married to
was he?
Jerry Ryan. Yeah. So anyway,
Um,
you've got that.
yeah,
The next
Jack Ryan.
domino is what? The Obama Sinclair thing? What are they?
Ryan,
Can you
Ryan
read through 'em?
something craps out of Senate race.
Yes.
Then Obama takes his place, becomes senator, wins presidency, alleged Obama drug fueled gay orgy.
That's the big one. It's coming out. Okay, so, well.
And now they're showing Obama's daughter running around with a pot belly and cigarette smoking,
with Hunter
barely
Biden.
bikini. Well, that was in her earlier days.
We already saw
I think
that.
she's too old for Hunter now. I mean, she's an
Probably.
adult.
Yeah.
So I don't think he would,
Yeah, not interested in that.
Yeah.
And then what's with the chef? I mean, this guy chef that was hanging around with the Obamas. I mean, what was going on with him? That's probably another domino that is yet to be
the other
knocked
thing
over.
that Elon replied on, I did not see it as a tweet, but a reply, was that he talked about the Obama's hot dog party.
Yes, that's a huge one. I mean, that's a big
huge
deal that he even acknowledges that. Yeah. That tells me right there, because there are people out there with the school of thought that, all right, not even X, Elon is a front figure, let's just call it. And there's a whole team working behind the scenes that people call white hats, whatever you would call them, good guys, working behind the scenes using his image, whatever you want to call it, to expose this stuff on the other side. And I mean, you don't bring that kind of stuff out unless you're pretty confident that that's a big deal.
That's a serious.
I mean, that's a huge tie-in to everything that they do. I mean, that's like get shot stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
But what that means is when you look at it and you look at the FBI, the symbolism of what is a hot dog, what is pizza.
Yes.
I mean, and then when those emails came out, I mean, just the tone, the nuance of it, the quotes, it's like nudge, nudge. Oh, big hot dog party at the White House. We're all on the same page, right? We're all going to be there eating hot dogs and pizzas and, Okay, $65,000 hot dog party. What does that even mean? We know that it can't be a $65,000 hot dog party. I mean, the first thing that goes through your head is like, is it a sausage party? Is it a hot dog party? What are we serving here? And then this revelation, of how he acted, since 1999 with Larry Sinclair, it goes back to when he was in Hawaii. All the pictures of him and, with the men. And I mean, this is crazy stuff. He's not who he portrayed himself to be. He's a fraud.
No, absolutely not.
Just saying. Frog, like Pepe. Frog, he said. Fraud.
All the things.
He's an imposter. Now, remember, a couple of weeks ago, Trump had called Joe Biden a Manchurian candidate. Well, if there ever was a Manchurian candidate, it's Barry. So, I mean, kind of interesting that he dropped that phrase, that word, and then this comes out, and it's kind of like, oh, I think that was even brought up in the interview. They might have said Manchurian candidate. I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't remember.
Too many sources.
There was a lot going on. There was really a lot going on. Let's see. Why can I not find that tweet now? That is really annoying.
Hey, where's John Fetterman? Have we seen him lately?
Oh, Lord.
Where's that guy at? Is Pennsylvania being represented correctly or properly? I don't know. I'm just
sure
concerned.
His wife has him put somewhere.
Concerned with the people of Pennsylvania and making sure they have representation, one of their senators, I don't know. Curious if anybody's seen. Will the real John Fetterman please stand up if you can?
If you're around. The executive order was extended.
One more year.
One more year.
Yeah, he looks like a new man, like Shadow says. He does. He's looking good, John Fetterman. Looks like a new man. I tell you. Man. Looking good, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Hey, is our auction over yet? I'm going to get a drink. Maybe we should pull that up.
Oh, man. Yeah, it is. Westwood kept it quiet. Okay, let's see what it ended. It ended. Westwood, you are the winner. 8 bids, 21.51. Tervis Tumbler. Westwood is the champion. Your item sold for $21.51 plus $7.60 standard shipping, but I'll just be driving it to you.
So did I win?
You'll get a discount. Yes.
Whatever.
Oh, hold on. Share this tab instead. Yes.
Oh, there's
Clint
a
Westwood.
winner. Of course.
2000.
Told you I'd win.
Yes. Good job.
I'm just glad I didn't win too big. I mean, I want to help Lisa out, but sometimes
that's awesome.
when you make these bids, wow. Yeah. You really could have run it up on me. I'm glad Paulie wasn't bitten. Holy cow, I would have been in trouble.
I love it.
No, that's awesome. Daddy O hopped in there. He said, enough of that. All right, back out of this fire. It's dumpster fire that is Westwood.
So did you realize we started this on the day that Jimmy Buffett died?
I know. After the fact,
we didn't know it.
I know. I had no idea. Synchronicities. I'm like, more so, I'm like, I got to get the glass.
Wild.
I'm glad I need this glass because that was the day he died. That's when the auction started. We first started talking about it. Where the lovely Litecoin Lisa was drinking too much out of that big 20-ouncer.
I know. I did not realize. So I usually drink out of this cup, which is 32 ounces, but I poured the same amount of vodka in this 20-ounce cup.
Kind of messed it up.
That was a bad choice.
Ratios are off.
Ooh, Lord.
It's like, wow, didn't use as much of the.
We got to the end of the show, and I was like, I'm a little
tipsy.
Yes. It was a little dangerous.
Take those heels off, girl, and go barefooted because you don't want to be walking around in those right now.
Oh my, yes, it was dangerous. It was fun, but dangerous. Got to be responsible.
Yes, I'll be responsible when it's here in the bar.
Yes,
put it to good use.
Not driving anywhere.
Nope.
Gosh, there's just so much going
on. Plus, I've got my U.S.
about...
Department of Transportation number that I'll slap on the back, and then maybe I'll go somewhere with that.
What is that?
Private carrier. Anyway, no, side note.
Okay. Elon, emergency request from government authorities to activate Starlink all the way to. Okay, we already talked about that.
Yeah, they want to activate it all the way. And he's like, I'm not turning that on all the way because if I turn it on all the way, it's okay. So he did not turn it off. He's just like, I'm not turning it on all the way because if I do that, you guys are going to be full throttle advance, blowing up Russian ships. I mean, at some point, Russia, they've got the arsenal to do whatever they want. I mean, they could shoot a tactical nuke over and say, okay, I'm done playing. All right, we're not going to do this anymore. You start, Blinken shows up on Wednesday with $1 billion handout for Zelensky.
$1 billion. And then Thursday, Joe gave him another $600 million.
Hey, he needs walking around money, okay? He's got things he's got to do. People he's got to, pay off.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we, once again, all of our fuel costs are about to go through the roof because he's turned off drilling for
Turn it
America.
off. No more permits. Can't keep going. Mm-hmm. No more drilling.
No more drilling for us. All right. Oh my gosh, there's just so much more.
But if I get an electric car, where am I going to charge it? I mean, if I'm going to Oklahoma City, I got to map out where in the frick. Okay, now I'm going to stop here and charge it up because
Where are the charging stations going to get their electric? Is what I want to know.
We're going to get it from coal and natural gas off the grid. That's where we're going to get it. I mean, that's where the electricity comes from. That's the majority of electricity in this country. No, they know what they're doing. It's engineered destruction. It's engineered obsolescence. I mean, it's just control by design. That's what they do. I mean, artificial scarcity. Turn everything off and make it look like, I guess, it's climate change. Weather control equals climate change. I mean, so anytime you see climate change, it's basically we're controlling the weather and sabotaging things and arsonists and, and all these other things. Mm-hmm. It's complete garbage. I mean, and that's why they're ramping everything up so hot and heavy. I mean, that's why they probably are going to try and geoengineer this monster storm into the East Coast, so they got another distraction. I mean, what do they have left? I mean, what can they do when the truth comes out? They got, well, nature did it. Climate change. God did it.
Yeah. Blame it on God. The other thing they have left is G20 is this weekend in India. Xi Jinping has said that he will not attend. And
That's
then
telling.
they said that Biden was trying to get hopefully I have that interview too, that he's trying to get a deal or a meeting with Xi Jinping or with Xi, and they said, if you do, there's three like conditions he has to meet. And the conditions are like drop all sanctions, understand it's one China, that Taiwan is part of China. And what was the third thing?
Yeah, that's always been the thing.
I don't know, something else. And then he would agree to meet with Biden. And so it'll be interesting to see what ends up happening with that. Why are all my tweets not showing up? It's so frustrating to me.
X'd up. X.
I'm just so frustrated.
I got on my notes just a random thought that I jotted down.
Yeah,
why does Bill Clinton have no Secret Service protection? Every time you see Bill Clinton walking around, you don't see any Secret Service agents like shadowing him, do you?
I don't know. I don't see him very often.
The public pictures that I do see, the one this week, where the gal walks by and he's got red shoes on, of course, and then she walks by in the sweatshirt. It had the end on it. You see that one?
No.
Somebody caught it. It said the end, on a sweatshirt. This gal walks by right by Bill Clinton as he's walking into a shop. You didn't see that one? And yeah, somebody caught that and they're like, look, I can see it. It's right. It says the end, and here's Bill Clinton, in the picture. But he's walking in a shop, like, stumbling around, like mouth hanging open, like he usually does. And there's no Secret Service that I can see around him. It's just like some old dude walking into the shop. A guy walks out of the shop with his daughter, I think it was. And he goes, how you doing? Just like he's some old guy, and didn't even recognize him. And I'm like, you see Trump and he's got just like an army of freaking soldiers, just boom, rolling in, and just like he's, the emperor or something, and then here's Bill Clinton.
Is this
got
one?
Nobody there. Yeah. Look at this. Look at him. Look at him. They just walk by like, yeah, there's some old dude walking in. I mean, where's the protection? This is a former president. I mean, is he not?
Well, is this guy behind him? Maybe.
But look it. I mean, and see to the
and
left.
That girl with the green.
Yeah.
It says the end.
The end. Yeah. Like the end.
Good.
Game. And look at him standing there. Like he's. Is this the White House?
Lost.
Yeah. He's gone. Maybe it's not. He's not the same guy. He's probably
probably not the same guy.
Not the same mind. Not the same guy that he once was. Who knows? But yeah, there is a guy behind him. It's like kind of casual. Hunter Biden's got more Secret Service in Malibu than this guy.
Weird.
It is. It's a bizarre scene. It's strange. I don't know. Just a random thought.
On my feed, but I can retweet it, but nothing shows up. Bizarre.
It is. It really is. It's just maybe that's his protection. The guy behind him, maybe he's super ninja. Mm-hmm. Maybe you look at Trump and a whole different thing. Looks like he's still president or something.
Maybe because he is. Yeah. Most likely.
Mask up, ladies and gentlemen. Mask up.
Yeah, Johnny and I did
get the theater going. I know. I was watching
the show yesterday. The financial flu. Don't catch the financial flu.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Lord. I mean, they're going to try everything is really what it comes down to. And they do the same things over and over again. So it worked the first time. Let's try it again. Let's have a false flag. Let's try it again. Let's blow something up. Let's, and all the things that they usually do. I mean, you're going to see them try this crap again and again and again. Look at Maui. So we got to do that. We've got to do hurricanes, got to do fires, we got to do all this.
The
Distraction.
irony, though, they went after Trump and called it Crossfire Hurricane. And now
Mhm.
this hurricane, the biggest storm off the East Coast ever, is forming, is going to blow in over this next week.
Looks
Um,
bad.
looks real bad. Um, the business returns are due to the IRS by the 15th. So if that's all disrupted, the game is reset, the system's reset. Government shutdown is expected the end of this month. Um, the time
Full
is now.
moon,
This is the
full
right
moon,
time.
equinox
Full
on the
moon,
23rd, full moon on the
all of it.
29th.
Right.
All the forces of the universe are all the magic, and all the
Aligned.
occult stuff. It's
Yeah.
all happening.
It's the
Dogs and cats
23rd
living
year.
together.
Yeah. Like, this is time. My bank started, and I found out that the bank president, she actually is the founder and created the military digital banking. Roger, so Roger that.
Roger.
It's set up and ready to
Roger.
go. Like,
Roger.
yeah, and they have
Don't,
an app called Narmy, I guess for the normies.
no army. Narmy.
Like, yeah, Narmy, no
Narmy.
army, not for the normies. Like, it's just, it's almost laughable because we've
Roger.
survived.
Roger. 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 It's like an
Like,
airplane movie.
when
Roger.
you go through a terrible time and then you're like, one day we'll laugh about this. Like,
I know.
it might be a little early still. It's a little early still. I know it's still a little
Yeah,
early.
it is. But I mean,
But
we knew all this stuff. Think about it, though. All these
man,
things that are coming out, we knew about years ago, and now they're coming out, and people are like, "Really? Yes." So
sometimes
they're early to the game. So it's like, I mean, Cliff talked about this too. It's like, I'm looking at the moon 2 years from now. What's going on there? So everybody's like waking up now, and he's like,
I
"Really?
know. I know it
Getting
has to be
through all
hard for
this."
him.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
It has to be real. One time I sent him a letter because
Did you know
sometimes
the
I'll
Federal Reserve is not federal? Yeah.
and the IRS is a private entity based out of Puerto Rico. I sent him a letter because I was really having a hard time and I wanted to talk to my dad, but my dad's not here. And so, like, I don't know, sometimes you need like a dad hug or some advice or whatever. And so I kind of like told him a little bit about what was going on, but not details or whatever. He responds like, how did he say it? Something like, "Oh, I didn't realize we were at that point yet," or something like, or "that was moving faster than I thought," or something
Oh, we're
like
further
that. And I
along the
was like,
timeline than I anticipated. Maybe I should pay
yes,
attention
kind
a
of
little
like
bit more
that
now.
kind of thing. And I was like,
You're finally
what do
catching
you
up.
what do you mean? I was like, so could you help me out? Like, yeah, if you know what's happening here, can I get a little
I know.
help?
He's just beyond it. He's
Yeah,
like, okay, this is all going to
yeah,
happen. I'm over it. I'm over here now.
yeah. He's already over it. Oh my gosh.
Worried about
Oh.
beings on the moon, dark side of the moon.
Oh Lord, that one time at moon camp.
Yeah.
Um,
That one time at Earth Camp. Remember that? Back on Earth Camp?
yeah,
Remember
back
that?
on Earth,
Yeah.
it's
When we were
fine.
back there,
It'll all
talking
work out.
about that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's quite a time. Definitely is. Things are really rolling out, and you think about it. If you know nothing about this, and it starts coming out now, and you start seeing these things, and you start putting pieces together, you're like,
Mm-hmm.
mind blown. Oh, so what are the ramifications of this? You mean we had a president that did this, and they did this, and this has happened, that's happened. And it's like, I got my money in a 401k somewhere and an IRA. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
what do I
I
do?
mean, the
Well, you
whole
can
thing's
sign up for a
insane.
class with the lovely Litecoin Lisa and Clint Westwood on Saturday mornings, and we'll help. Maybe not tomorrow, but on
Not
a
this
Saturday
Saturday
morning,
because I'll be
right?
on the lake.
We'll
Yeah,
teach you everything you want about how to acquire a crypto, how to get it safe in your own wallet, protect it outside of the banking system, not on an exchange. We'll do whatever, we'll help you. That's what we're here for.
yeah. I
Check out
mean, there's
Lisa's
just
Patreon.
more and more countries that are just walking away from the Treasury dollars, the Fed notes. I mean, and I could see like where you just have what's in your possession and we just have to figure it out again. And it could be a really difficult time for a little while.
Yeah, baby.
But when
What you
everyone's in that whole situation together, you're all in
got
it
dollar
together.
bills, y'all. I got my $1 bills in my pocket. I got a lot of
What are you
$1
gonna do with
bills.
it?
What's Westwood doing tonight? Never know.
Yeah.
You never know, baby.
Mm. Nobody wants those dirty
These are
things.
$1 bills. You know, they're not.
Nobody wants those dirty
Yep.
things. Yeah.
That's my wad. You know, I got $1
Hmm.
bills.
I'm so frustrated that like a bunch of my tweets are not on my.
On
I
your
knew I should
feed.
have sent them all to you, and I didn't.
Frick. Well, let me look and see what you sent, because you did send me some stuff. Schnitzel.
Well, I can see what I sent you, but it's not.
Lovely Litecoin Lisa. Yes, Christmas tree pumpkin hat, which is
That was I couldn't
not
figure that one out.
not a
It
hat.
was not a hat, and it
Trick or
was
treat.
trick or treat. What does that mean? Does that make sense to you at all?
I don't know.
And watermelon strawberry was very disturbing.
You're frozen. Is it me? No, it's Lisa. You there? Lisa. All right. On to what Westwood wants to talk about now. Liberty safes. We talked about Liberty safes, on a couple of videos that I made, how the Liberty safe is not very liberating. You buy a safe and the company retains the combination. So if the FBI has a warrant, they actually share it with the FBI and say, hey, here's the combination. Just go ahead and open up their safe. Oh, sorry. Let's talk about Liberty safes.
Yeah, those are great. And if you ever need to open them, just call the FBI.
Just get it. It's fine. Liberty Safe will give it right to them. Number one safe in America.
But why did Liberty Safe ever even have the code?
Exactly. They had a record of all the codes of all the safes that they sold, and then you go in and buy it, and they probably collect some sort of information from you, and then boom, they got you in a database. And so you think you're buying something with your hard-earned casino chips, and then you take it home. You think it's yours. Well, not if somebody can just walk in and open it, because that's what happened. The FBI gets and who knows if it's a valid warrant? I mean, we got rogue agencies everywhere, rogue judges, and what business is why is it any business of a business to be involved in saving people's combinations? You get a safe, change the combination. I mean, get it changed right away. So the locksmith might know it.
Even then, what if there's some backdoor master code or
something? There probably is on the electronic ones. That's why I won't get an electronic one.
Yeah, because why would you?
I want the old school.
How would they know? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if somebody wants to get into it, they get into it. I mean, basically, that's what it comes down to. But, I mean, the thing with a warrant, I mean, that's supposed to be for specific purposes, specific locations. I mean, very specific. I mean, what they're looking for. But no, what they do is, okay, now we can go through everything in your house. I mean, that's basically what happens. And that's not the intent of it. It's hey, a gun was committed in a crime. It's this caliber, whatever it is. So there's a warrant. We think this guy has it. There's a lot of credible evidence. The judge signs off on it. They go in there looking for the gun. Okay, but no, they'll go through computers. They'll go through everything and say, oh, you're into crypto. You must be money laundering or something too. It's not, and see, it just expands. I mean, it's just this overreach that you're dealing with. I mean, that's not the constitutional republic. Not at all.
Yeah, that was accused of a domestic issue, and it was just like it was literally just like a bad divorce thing and false accusations, a whole bit. But
like a regular divorce.
Their home, and they went through his property, and they ended up stealing some silver from him.
Yeah, of course. It just disappeared. How are you going to prove it?
How do you prove it?
It's like terrible. You said, going to the airport, they'll confiscate it from you or something.
Yep.
They'll take your bags out. I lost something in the airport coming back from the Litecoin Summit. I mean, I had a check bag, and they had a tag that said we opened it, and there was something missing out of it. I had 2 ballet wallets and only came home with 1. I'm like, you stole a ballet wallet?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, the ballet wallet's gone. I was going through, I'm like, I had 2 ballet wallets in here, and there's only 1 now. Somebody lifted it. TSA lifted it. That's all I can think of.
That's terrible.
Because they had the strap on it that says it was opened by the TSA and it was a checked bag. And
Yeah.
I left Las Vegas with 1 or 2 and came home with 1. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Magic.
That's why, like, I just don't want to fly ever again.
No, because you're like boarding. I mean, we didn't have the TSA. We didn't have Homeland Security until after 9/11. Realize that. We didn't have any of that stuff. And now police state, that's what it is. My thinking is they saw everything collapsing. They knew it was collapsing. It did collapse before 2008. It was all falling apart. Clinton kind of rode the tails of the tech boom and, kind of kept everything going. But then in 2000, everything crashed. It kind of reverted to, the real value. The economy was tanking. I mean, just falling apart. Well, then you have 9/11. It's like, police state, we need to ramp up all these agencies, hire all these people, and have total surveillance, Patriot Act, everything, put all that into place, expand government. So, because they knew it was coming. They knew that at some point people are going to realize, I'm not working for this crap anymore. I mean, this is ridiculous. Well, we need to control them. And so they put all these structures in place. And now look at how invasive it is. The TSA, on trains, you got your mask on, you got your shot card. Yeah, I've had multiple shots today, sir. Just different flavors.
Right. Well, and the fact that the TSA and the security that you go through is before you get on the plane, not when they're coming into the country and when they get off the plane. I mean, that in itself, I was like,
it's like having an open border. Just let them in.
Yes.
Yeah, they made it. They made it here.
Yeah.
They're good. Deal with it later. Let Eric Adams in New York deal with it.
Oh my gosh! Did you see?
What a joke!
The people on the View are complaining.
Are they?
The sanctuary city, all the sanctuary city, not all of the sanctuary cities, but the people on the View are complaining that they need to move them somewhere else. They need to move.
Yeah, they're too close to our neighborhoods. Who's the racist now?
Yes,
yeah.
And they said that they need to settle them somewhere else. And
like Oklahoma.
This one lady, she was like in Miami.
And Texas.
They need to spread them out. So they're making jokes that the sanctuary cities are complaining about being sanctuaries.
Yeah. You wanted sanctuary cities and said, oh, I love humanity. Oh, I love people. Oh, yes, we need to take care of them and give them things. Now we got 20,000 of them in our schools that don't speak English, probably haven't been screened for anything, and just let them into the country, and now you got a problem with it. Well, yeah, this is kind of a problem now. I got my kids in here, and we're teaching them how to speak English rather than,
The other problem is that there are these hotels that are owned by businesses that are in other countries. Like there was this one hotel that's owned by like this company in Turkey or something, and they are paying $6,000 a month on these apartments per family to this company in like Turkey or I don't know where.
Sure.
And to house, and it's full, thousands of apartments.
You can't book a hotel room now. It's a halfway house.
But I'm like, my God, that is our tax dollars that are paying that. So between housing illegal immigrants, and Biden sending money to Ukraine to go back in Hunter's pocket and Biden's pocket, let's not kid anyone, then why are we even paying taxes? Why is anyone paying taxes?
Well, if you're a citizen, if you're a U.S. citizen, it's your obligation to pay some taxes.
No, it's not.
If you're a citizen, listen to me.
Unless
if you're a U.S. citizen,
a DC employee,
which is a U.S. citizen, that's how they define it. So what happens is when you go in there and you say, "Are you a U.S. citizen?" and you go, "Yes," and like, "Okay, you're part of the corporation. You volunteered in." See, it's all language. They all do this. You're either a state citizen or you're a U.S. citizen. Which are you? And they want you to think, well, yeah, I'm an American. I believe in the USA. I'm a U.S. citizen. Well, they define U.S. citizen as someone who is basically working for D.C. It's a whole word salad game, and they got you to volunteer into it. That's all it is. They got to get you to volunteer in because you got to give your energy to the vampire. That's the rule.
Everybody
so they deceive you.
with an Apple phone, pull up on your Apple Maps.
Are we mapping it now? Mapping Washington?
Pull up Washington and hit search. Oh, wait, I have my airplane thing on because I'm trying to not waste
There's a lot of Washingtons. Which one are we looking at? I'm just going to put Washington. See what happens. Or around here where some people, they say Washington. Washington. Washington.
What are you worshing?
Do the Warsh.
Worshing there?
Warsh.
Oh, come on.
Come on, man. I just searched Washington. It brought the one up here nearest to me.
Search it up.
So I need to say Washington
Look,
what?
mine says
Washington Commanders.
Washington. It does not say DC anymore.
It doesn't say District of Columbia. It just says Washington. Washington. Gonna wipe that DC off of the map. Gonna wash that DC off of the map.
Is the swamp gone?
You know what would be interesting? And I don't know. What if this hurricane just bullseyes Washington? Storm is upon Washington.
It could.
Can you imagine the symbolism of all this?
It is a lower, like it is a swamp, so it could flood.
Oh, it would, yeah. I mean, it'd be pretty devastating, I would think. Low-lying area like that, something huge coming straight in on it. What would they do? They'd be like, these 50 square miles. I mean, it's devastated. It's decimated.
Right,
I guess the states are going to have to do it like we originally intended. They're going to have to handle things, I guess, right? Or they move it to Colorado.
Has it always said Clinton right there?
I don't know.
It says Clinton right there, right by it.
It says Chevy Chase right next to it, too. They're in it. They're in it together. No, I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe Clinton, Virginia? Maybe that's where he's at right now. He got off the reservation. He's wandering around. In another shoe store, buying more red shoes. Red Shoe Diaries by Bill Clinton. William Jefferson Clinton. From Hope,
and then Santa Surfing tweeted out, and then she also put the link to the filing so you could go check it for yourself. Somebody else went and checked it. I went and looked at it, and it said Robert F. Kennedy sues Google and whatever. He filed a restraining order against Google, but down in the body of the restraining order, it says John F. Kennedy Jr. multiple times.
It was so bizarre. I saw it, and I'm like, really?
Did you see it?
That's not a mistake. Yeah, that's not a mistake that you make.
It's not a mistake when you do it multiple times. Yeah, and
right, because it happened at least twice in the body of the document.
Do it, yes. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that was odd. I don't know.
So Robert Kennedy could have filed it on behalf of John F. Kennedy. Is that possible?
I don't know if that was the intent, though, because, I mean, RFK's argument is that, hey, I'm running for president. I don't know. I'd have to read it again because it did say I'm running for president. And then I'm thinking, well, is it RFK running for president or is it actually JFK running for president?
It said John was running.
I don't know. I mean, that's a bizarre one right there then. Because I would think you'd have to have a living person file it for, oh man, that could get real conspiratorial and down the rabbit hole.
I love it.
I know you do. I know you do. I have to admit things are changing. There's no doubt about it. Somebody's a counter narrative to the dark narrative that's out there. You can see that right now. You can definitely see a lot of the light coming out or a lot of the knowledge coming out. Question is, let's hope that the people bringing out the light are just not the same, a lighter side of the dark coin. That's my hope.
They're not.
I hope not.
They're not.
I don't trust anybody, man. I don't trust any of these people.
Dinesh D'Souza, if you guys haven't seen 2000 Mules, you can watch it on Twitter or X.
For free.
This weekend for free. I would encourage everybody to watch it and encourage as many people as you can to watch it. Please share it with friends, family, post it everywhere you can, get the word out. I know a lot of you guys know the facts and the truth, but there are some people that still have to be shown.
That helps
and have to see it for themselves and have to hear it a million times before they see it. for themselves and all that. So please share that. It's supposed to be out on for free all this weekend. So maybe that's some of the beginning of that too. So.
X on the X-Files app. X. I'm telling you, there are no coincidences on any of this stuff. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you hear about Iran suing Obama for founding ISIS? And they won?
Well, that would make sense. They probably did. I mean, you've got other sovereign countries that, that's the thing. I mean, they're not going to be able to walk down the street at some point, or at least not, in certain countries, because, it's just like Soros going to Hungary, isn't it? He can't go there because they'll arrest him right away. I mean, they're doing the same thing to Putin too. He didn't go to South Africa because, they might arrest him. And because, you got these different forces that are like they're taking each other out, or they want to. So it's a big scale war that's coming out into the front. There's been a lot of behind the scenes fighting, between nation states for a long time, and families and other forces for a long time. And it's starting to come out into the public eye right now. It's where we're seeing it. The battle, it's here. Storm's upon us. We're all going to be in it.
Is upon us. Yep.
I'm going to be bunkered in and hanging out in the Midwest where not many hurricanes can hit me. Stay away from them. Jeez.
Oh, Lord. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I probably won't make spaces tonight. We're supposed to have a bunch of friends and family here tonight.
Well, I'm envious because, I don't have a bunch of friends, so I'm left out.
Oh, whatever.
I'm just
You have a bunch of friends.
virtual friends.
You have a bunch of magical internet friends.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of them are in the chat. I'm glad to see a bunch of our friends in the chat.
Yeah, here. Quite a few people in the chat. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if we almost hit 50 people in the chat. Pretty cool.
Yeah. I think there's 43 watching live. So.
Yeah, so we just, as we sit back this weekend and wait for the alien invasion, because that's probably the end game, draw that last card out of the Illuminati deck and place it and be ready to go. Just deal those cards out of the Vampire Casino.
Still think the alien is the alien invasion to me is the non-resident alien.
Yeah, that's people complain. This is just something to chew on, something to think about. People are complaining that, hey, they're giving them $2,200. They're giving these people $2,200 checks, giving them this, giving them that, setting them up in homes. Well, they don't do that for American citizens. Correct, they don't, because they're non-resident aliens. What if you were a non-resident alien? Is there a way to do that? I'm going to identify as a non-resident alien. Maybe I can get all these benefits too. Maybe I can win for a change instead of getting bled out. Something to think about. Identify as whatever you want. That's what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
Just a thought.
Just a thought. If we all stand up together.
If you're an alien to Washington, D.C., if you're an alien to the, corrupt cabal.
Corporation.
Is that a bad thing? Is that a bad thing? If you're an alien to that, that's alien to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now you're participating in it. You're in that casino. Is there a way to walk out of it?
I'm not.
It's a good question.
I do not identify with.
There you go.
So, all right. Well, I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Stand up, stand together, and we will go far. I'll see you later, Westwood.
I got that cup, baby. I win. Yeah.
You win. You're the winner.
I win. I'm a winner. I'm a winner.
Cheers.
Be winners. All right. Love you guys. Have a good night.
Bye.